Today I prepared a lesson for you about, in my opinion, the most overlooked topic. And this is not about your actual guitar technique, but this is about how to add emotion into your performances. And this can be all kinds of emotions on the spectrum between sad to happy and anything else. Because unfortunately, what most of us tend to do is to just open up a chord sheet or whatever and then just look and read the chords, or even if you remember it by heart, so just sing it along without really getting into it. Maybe because we're a bit shy that people will think that we're too much into it, or maybe because we're not really thinking about it. But the bottom line is, nobody buys a performance. It doesn't get to the other side if it's devoid from the heart and from emotions. The first example that we have here is Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley, and this cover of the Leonard Cohen song became even more popular than the original, and many people only know this one. And when you look at it, you can really see that Jeff Buckley just went there into the studio and he just closed his eyes for most of the song and just played it, and he probably felt like he woke up 6 minutes later or 5 minutes later, and he didn't even knew what happened, because it just feels so transcendental. And if in one word you ask me to describe the emotions in this song, or in two words, so besides sad, you can look at melancholy, for example, which I think he felt really melancholic while doing that, and this is really going to the other side and to the listener. You really feel it so strong. Now, when you try to describe a song, a great thing is to also remember the many other emotions that we can have. And you can try to name whichever song that you listen to in one word or two words of a certain emotion. And now you can see on the screen different things other than just happy or sad. There are so many other things. Anger, appreciation for a lover, fear, vulnerability, calmness, awe, happiness, and many, many, many others. Let's move on, anyway, to the second song that I have for you, and this is now on the positive side of the spectrum. This is For Once in My Life by Stevie Wonder. And many songs by Stevie Wonder, you can really feel it. You can just feel how he's so happy. He's bursting with joy, and you can really feel, as also the lyrics are telling, that he really found for the first time in his life someone who he really feels like is his true love. So it's really amazing. This is Stevie Wonder. For the next one, let's go back a bit to the sadder side of the spectrum, and this is First Day of My Life by Bright Eyes. And here you can hear the singer, Conor Oberst. And when I think about what this song makes me feel, I think that he was really provoking some vulnerability when he sings those beautiful love words. And that's why, in my opinion, the song comes across as so real. Because he's not afraid to sing it in a bit of a weak way almost, and really appear vulnerable. Back to the happier side of the spectrum for the last example. This is Jack Johnson, and in almost all of Jack Johnson's songs, you can just feel some vibes like this man is really enjoying the life. You can feel how he is right now, maybe playing it on his guitar while he's at the beach with his girlfriend or wife, and life is good, the skies are blue, he has his friends around him, and it's just good vibes. So this is Jack Johnson, and that's what his songs make me feel, and I think everyone else, because it's hard not to feel it. I think he really feels it himself. Anyway, I also attached a PDF for you with a bunch of other examples and links to other examples, and there are also a list of the takeaways from the lesson, of the main ideas to remember, also of what's coming up in the next few minutes. So you can just download it, there's no need to sign up. Anyway, from here let's move on, and now let's talk a bit more practically about how to do it. Now the first step, in my opinion, is really open up and start naming the emotions that you listen to in different songs that you come across. Because once you can put your finger on it and really say, this song sounds like a lot of excitement, or this song sounds like this man is bitter for his ex-lover. So when you sit down and you are about to play the song, so you can say, you can focus in, get in your zone for a moment and say, let's bring this bitterness and let's make the listeners around me, and it doesn't matter if you're in front of 50,000 people or 5 people, let's make them feel it as well. So this is the first thing, really open up to the emotions in songs that you listen to, wherever you listen to. The second step in bringing emotions to your performances, in my opinion, is to really memorize the lyrics. Because if you are not really sure of the lyrics, or you're trying to just read all of them from a phone, so you're inside your phone and not really inside your music or inside a chord book or whatever it is, and not really inside the music and the guitar and your listeners. So do it with songs, try to perform with songs that you remember really well, both the lyrics and both the guitar and both the chords or whatever it is, so you can focus on bringing the emotions. And now let's talk practically. Let's say that you have a song that is sad. Let's say that you want to play Hallelujah. Now, the first thing is make sure, and this is, we can call it step 3. So step 3 is making sure that your guitar, before your voice, is also transmitting those emotions. Because I'm sure that we can all agree that, for example, when you play Wagon Wheel, which is just a happy campfire song, and it sounds like this. Sounds happy as well. It doesn't sound like there's going to now come out from my mouth lyrics about how my girlfriend dumped me and I'm doomed for life. It sounds like it's going to be a happy song. The guitar can really transmit those different emotions that you're trying to do as well. So remember that. So this is the first thing I think to remember. And while Wagon Wheel is happy, so for example, the way Jeff Buckley plays Hallelujah is definitely sad. Chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. So this kind of guitar playing fits more to some sad lyrics. Again, in my opinion, it's not math, but I think that most people would agree on it. The fourth step, after you made sure that your guitar sounds in a way that fits the song, and you, even if it's a song that was originally played with a band, but you just matched it for your guitar and you played it in a way that matches the emotion you're trying to provoke. The next step is to make sure that in your voice you are evoking this emotion. So for example, again, let's take, for example, Don't Think Twice, It's Alright by Bob Dylan, which is perhaps the song that in my mind is the most coherent with the bitter feeling, because it sounds like a bitter goodbye song from a lover. So it would match a lot if now I get in my zone and I say, let's bring this bitterness. So ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, it will never do somehow when your rooster crows. So I'm sure that this sounds more bitter. As much as I try to do a good job, I'm sure that it sounds more bitter than if I would play it like, ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. Here it sounds a bit happier. Oh, and it really doesn't fit the lyrics because they're singing about a goodbye from an old lover. So this is my point. Try to really match the emotions and get into them and transmit them in your performance, because if I would just sit here and play it flat, ain't no use to sit and wonder, fly, babe, if you don't know by now. So it would just be like a dead fish. Anyway, so I think this is my point for today, and the next time that you are approaching a song, remember, try to really memorize the lyrics, read the lyrics again, have a look deeply into them, see what the songwriter is trying to say with them, then really look carefully into how you're about to perform it and transmit it in your guitar playing and in your singing as well. And above all, besides the technical things like voice and guitar, just try to get into that and feel it as well yourself, because then the people around you are very likely to feel it as well. I hope you had a good time, and now go ahead and try it yourself. Have a great time. Goodbye.